Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, joining us are our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. This is part of our News You Can Use segment here at WYAD. And today we're talking about veterans and VA loans. Veterans and their families, they earn many benefits during and after their service. But many times these benefits go overlooked, especially when it comes to VA loans. Especially what one of the surveys recently showed is that some people are either very or somewhat aware of what a VA loan is. So here to kind of help us with some of the misconceptions as well as the information that's out there, we're excited to welcome two very special guests to our program. We have Kevin Parker, the Vice President of Field Mortgage Originations at Navy Federal Credit Union, and we have retired General John Prey, who's joining us as well. John's also the President and CEO of Operation Homefront. They're going to talk to us not only about where you guys can get more information, but also about how VA loans work. Thanks to the two of you for the time. Really appreciate it.
Good to be here. Thank you, Cyrus.
Hey, good to be here, Cyrus. Thank you.
Kevin, I'm going to start with you. I mean, I think one of the big things that comes up, and I've even heard it here in my home state of Mississippi, is the misunderstanding that's out there about VA loans. When it comes to VA loans, what are some of the misconceptions that you've been hearing?
Yes, Cyrus. So this is a topic that we love to talk about because it's really all about education, awareness, and making sure that our veterans and families just know the type of benefits that are out there. The three biggest misconceptions that we hear, one is around eligibility. Through this Spotlight on VA Loans report, we recognize that 30% of veterans didn't even think about doing a VA loan when they did finance. Number two, we hear that it just takes too long. Well, through all the data that we look at from VA loans compared to your normal conventional loans, they take approximately the same time, which in today's market, that's about 30 days or less, depending on which part of the country you're in. And then the third misconception we hear is it's just too much paperwork. There's only one additional paperwork needed for a VA loan, and that's a certificate of eligibility. And we typically would get that a lot of times ourselves directly from the Department of Veteran Affairs, or the members can get that online. But in addition to that, we typically need your typical pay stubs, bank statements, like every other type of loan.
And Kevin, to that point, then, I think when people hear about a VA loan or just hear about loans, they may not understand that there is a difference. How is a VA loan different from other loans that are out there?
Yeah, so it's really two main differences. One, it's more affordable. And by that I mean it's lower interest rates than conventional loans and lower down payments. And when I say lower down payments, typically when you go to a lender and you do conventional financing, typically the best interest rates we can offer is when you do an 80% loan to value, meaning 80% of the value of the property, that's your best interest rate. But with the VA loan, you're going to get the same rate whether it's 80%, 90%, or 100%. That now means that those veterans and their families, they don't have to put down as much money, which also means that it makes it a lot more affordable. The other main difference is, yes, it's a federally subsidized loan, that's how we get all the benefits. It allows us to take more risk and get better interest rate. It allows us to basically not require as much of a down payment, which, of course, once again goes back to it being a much more affordable product for our veterans and their families.
And that's why this information is so important. I want to bring you into the conversation, John. Thank you so much for the great work you're doing. As I mentioned, you're the President and CEO of Operation Homefront. Talk to our audience about the work that Operation Homefront does.
Well, thank you for having us on. And I do have to say, first and foremost, a big thank you to Kevin and to the entire Navy Federal Credit Union team for supporting our important work for so long. They've been incredible supporters of the good we do. Now, Operation Homefront is all about building strong, stable, and secure military families so that they can thrive, not simply struggle to get by in the communities, our communities that they have worked so hard to protect. And one of those opportunities to thrive is actually home ownership. And so these educational programs that like the Navy Federal Credit Union's Spotlight on VA loans is so darn important to help the military community understand that there are a lot of helping programs out there. Now, we have a lot of programs at Operation Homefront that can help military families have some housing while they are looking for that home loan to help them get that home ownership. But This is really important for our veterans and our military members to understand. There are a lot of helping resources out there to get them to where they want to be in their civilian communities.
And I love that, John, when I was prepping for this segment, I saw on the website just a lot of the great work you all have been able to do through the programs. And so we're so glad that the two of you could be on the program today to talk to our audience, not only about the importance of these VA loans, but also how they can find out more information. Again, everyone, we have Kevin Parker joining us, who's the Vice President of Field Mortgage Originations at Navy Federal Credit Union, and retired General John Prey as well, the President and CEO of Operation Homefront, giving you guys this information today. Kevin, let our audience know, where can they go to find out about the Navy Federal Credit Union?
They can go to NavyFederal.org, or they can walk into any of our branches located across the country.
All right. And I want to ask you, John, also, please let our audience know how they can find out more information about Operation Homefront.
You can go to OperationHomefront.org, whether you're someone who is looking for our assistance or someone who wants to support our important work.
All right. Well, Kevin, John, thank you again for the time and the great work you're doing, and looking forward to speaking with you again.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Cyrus.
More than welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live.